Could you actually last longer in bed with something as simple as a breathing trick? Today I'm going to share a quick at-home technique that can make a real difference in just a few weeks. Premature ejaculation is one of the most common concerns I see in my practice. It's usually defined as ejaculating within 1 to 2 minutes of penetration, and it affects up to 30% of men at some point in their lives. Now, the physical side is important, but what often gets overlooked is the emotional impact. When you're worried about finishing too quickly, it's hard to stay present, confident, and connected with your partner. That tension can build up into frustration on both sides. So what actually causes premature ejaculation? A big part of it comes down to the autonomic nervous system, the balance between the sympathetic system, that's your fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic system, your rest and recover state. Men with premature ejaculation often have an overactive sympathetic drive, which makes the ejaculatory reflex much harder to control. Add in stress, anxiety, or pelvic floor dysfunction, and the problem gets worse. Here's where breathing comes in. The diaphragm and pelvic floor actually work together. When you breathe deeply with your diaphragm, you can activate the parasympathetic system, calm down the sympathetic overdrive, and create better control over your body's timing. Now, there are many treatments men try. Some are behavioral, like the stop-start method, where you pause stimulation just before climax and then begin again, sometimes combined with squeezing the head of the penis. Others involve delay sprays, numbing creams, or even off-label medications. These can help, but they don't always retrain the system in a lasting way. Recently, researchers looked at something much simpler: combining pelvic floor exercises with diaphragmatic breathing. In one study, 62 men with premature ejaculation were split into 2 groups. Both groups practiced standard behavioral therapy and pelvic floor muscle training. That meant learning how to contract and relax those pelvic muscles. 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, repeated several times, plus faster 1-second squeezes to build responsiveness. They did this routine twice a day, 3 days a week, for 8 weeks. But one group added belly breathing, deep, slow diaphragmatic breaths, 10 reps, twice a day. Sit tall, place your hands on your lower ribs, inhale gently through your nose so your belly rises, then exhale slowly, letting the belly fall. The results were impressive. Both groups improved, but the men who added breathing gained even more control. Their average time to ejaculation went from just 30 seconds to over 5 minutes. That's a 900% improvement. The pelvic floor only group improved as well, but not quite as much. What's more, the breathing group also showed stronger pelvic floor muscles and better endurance. They were able to contract harder and hold for longer. Even their heart rate variability improved, which is a marker of stronger parasympathetic activity, the very system that helps calm the body and delay climax. And here's something important to remember. Techniques like this don't just change the body, they change the experience of intimacy. By slowing down and breathing deeply, you're not only retraining your reflexes, you're also calming your mind, lowering anxiety, and helping yourself stay more present with your partner. That shift in focus can make sex more connected, less pressured, and far more enjoyable for both of you. So here's the takeaway. Simple diaphragmatic breathing, combined with pelvic floor exercises and stop-start training, can significantly help men last longer in bed. It doesn't require medication, sprays, or expensive treatments. It's free, it takes just a few minutes a day, and over time, it helps you regain control and rebuild confidence in your sex life. Remember, your sexual health is something you can influence. With the right tools and consistent practice, you can train both your body and your nervous system to work with you, not against you.